Hi everyone, this is Quad. In the past weeks I have seen the rise of the build and tier list videos, that it is about time to make a tier list of the tier lists. In all seriousness, I'll launch a 5-video series about each act in the game and all the farming places there. The focus right now will be on the start of the game, season, ladder, call it what you want, and primarily budget or starter builds. To clarify, starter character is something like this. Midway through or just finished Hell, plus 6 to 8 to all skills, which is easily obtainable with 2 spirits, lore, plus 3 Emmy and maybe some other unique. Close to max resistances, vendor gear or with charms. No high, mid runes or end game unique, maybe something like Lem. I will list areas that you can farm and build options for those. I will not go into details on each build, but rather just naming it and perhaps writing down skills for it. Also, all the info should be good for both single player and Battle.net, but mostly focuses on a solo play, not a group. Let's go! So, today is the Act 1. First is the Mausoleum and the Crypt in the Burial Grounds. You can get there from the Cold Plains waypoint and follow the road that leads to the corner of the map. If it leads to the middle of the wall, that is likely a stony field. Mausoleum is an area level 85, any item can drop here. Has only lightning immunes and generally very chill as density is quite low. Creep is pretty much the same but level 83. At the start, if you get to Mausoleum, I think it makes sense to also clear Creep to reduce time on the road. By the way, make sure to make Harmony rune word in a bow with your first core rune for the swap to run faster. This area can be farmed almost by any build except Lightning Sword and Javazon, so Fire or Cold Sword, Hammerdin or Zealer if you have a good weapon, Trapacine, any kind of Necromancer, Fire or Wind Druid, Cold Boazon, those will make it fine in a descending order by the speed. Next up is Countess. This one can be done by anyone except fire characters, as she is always fire immune. You may need to cancel sometimes if she rolls with cold or light immune too, but that doesn't happen too often. Here the only challenge is to find the tower in a black marsh. Again, Harmony can help you make it faster. Inside the tower always turn left. Countess drops plenty of runes and also terror keys. In 1000 runs I got over 20 mid runes and you can too. Sorks, Assassin, Paladins have the advantage due to teleport, burst of speed and charge respectively. Barbs can work too, but they need a good weapon to hit hard. Other builds will work just as well. The Pit. This area is pretty rough. 3 different immunes, cold, fire, light, and archers that wreck you. But it is level 85 and probably the best place in the game to farm unique items. Considering we are not yet overpowered, this area can be really hard to deal with. So I would recommend farming it with Summon Necro or Wind Druid. These two will do best due to a mid shield from summons. Trapacine has a shadow, but it's a bit weaker, and then Hammerdin with a high block chance thanks to Holy Shield can work too. Strafe Zone could be good with a Valkyrie, but she will be too weak to handle Pit just yet. Also, I will post a short video on how to almost always find Pit, even with random maps, so stay tuned. Andariel, one of the best stops to farm decent items early. If they keep Andariel quest bug, even better. Unless you play single player and can roll good map, Sorceress would be the only option. Catacombs are too hard to navigate efficiently without teleport. Remember though, from level 2 waypoint always go to the right and level 3 is completely random. Fire builds will work best, most of the others will do just fine. The Secret Cow level. This one you can visit only if you beat Hell Bale already. Funny enough, I wanted to showcase it with my Fire Druid, but I haven't killed Bale yet. Well, cows. Get the leg from the Tristram, stones are always near the row, so just follow it until you see it on the map. Inside, just start going clock or counterwise. Don't worry about Cow King, you can now kill him endlessly. There are no immunes except Cow King. He is lightning immune, rest are only bosses with random properties. Here some of the builds I could recommend are obviously Javazon, Blizzard and Fire Sword, Fire Druid, Trapacine, and perhaps Heimerdian and Bone Necro thanks to Corpse Explosion. Those can work fine too. Here you will likely find a rune or two, all kinds of charms and bases for any rune word you need. Alright, that's about it for the Act 1. Most of the other areas are either too low of a level or do not have any advantage like the creep that is super easy to farm. Let me know what you think about this format in the comments, and if you have any questions or additions, I am really happy to help. Looking forward to the start and see you next time.